Yes.
Maybe you might have not liked some of the points I made. You were trying to say something earlier, weren't you?
Me, yeah, I was gonna ask her about if she thinks that. Do you think that the U.S. is behind based on what he's saying to you?
I do.
You think that we're behind, and a lot of American men speak this way to you when you talk to them.
Yeah, they do.
And you think it's gonna be our downfall?
Your downfall?
Like it's gonna be very negative on our society in this country.
I think it is like this now because I don't feel like it's any biological reasons that there are differences between men and women and how they are perceived, but it's really social reasons. It's just that it's been forced upon by the society, and that's why women feel the need to be, I don't know, quiet, timid, reserved, and they don't really have the capability to, I don't know, build more value to themselves as in, I don't know, leveraging on career ladder, or they're just almost put in a box. And yeah.
So you think gender roles are a social construct?
They are.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, you were gonna. I'll let y'all talk, and then I'll go ahead.
Okay, so to you, even if the man, if the man doesn't want to be a breadwinner, that doesn't show to you that he lacks motivation, like, or ambition. Like does he still seem ambitious to you? Because I'm gonna be honest, and as an American woman who I see ambition as attractive. Like I want a man who wants to be like, even if he's not all the way gonna be like that 6-7 figure man, I want to see that you have a goal at the end of the night. I find that attractive, that you want to be big, that you want to build a big foundation for me and our possible future. So what do you think about that?
Well, if that works for you, sure. There are surely a lot of people that feel this way. I don't, because I myself can be very ambitious, so I don't need a guy to be that way.
Yes, I'm ambitious as well. I didn't say that, but I'm pursuing law. I want to go to law school, but I do still want a man who's masculine and has big ambitions as well and dreams. And yes,
don't you think like women have different ambitions from men though?
It depends on the woman, person by person. What do you mean by that?
So meaning like a woman might be ambitious towards like more, like her feminine side and like her creativity, and like she probably doesn't want to lay the foundation, like she just said, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe you want to like pursue your ambition in a different way than the way she just explained, and I also want to disagree with you on like the fact that you said like Americans are behind with like the timidness and everything. Like I just personally think that like because of the economy we live in, women are forced to work and they're forced to like split the bills with the men, like, and a lot of men who ask women, oh, let's split the bills 50-50, like it's because they don't want to go out there and work harder and make more money in order to provide for the women, because of considering the economy that we're in today. And also for like personal reasons, it's just kind of like what's been instilled in their mindset, for many, many years. And it's like you either like break out of that or you don't. You either like realize that you're a man and you need to step up and provide, or you don't, and you're okay with being 50-50 with a woman. But I also believe a woman comes to a certain point, she's like, yeah, sure, I'll 50-50, I'll provide, and like she comes to a point where she's like, I don't want to do this shit no more.
I would actually argue that most women that work and want to be successful or have a career are scared, because not only scared, but they want to actually have a place where they're safe, because if the man isn't going to do it, I have to do it now. So they step up to the place. So you know what? To even maintain my bills or have a lifestyle, if a man's going to do it for me, I need to do it for myself.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, that's obviously for yourself. Just like I do it for myself because I don't have a man to do that yet.
But at the same time, if the man wants to be with a woman and she puts a career over him, is he going to stay? No.
No, absolutely not.
You got to be able to turn it off or say, you know what? My priority is still a family. So at some point when I meet this man, I need to at least say, okay, I can put this in the background and put my man first and the family first.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the problem is women don't really do that.
They don't do that because I believe it's more so just kind of like that idea and that feminism, quote unquote, that, they have instilled in their heads that like, oh, like women need to lead. They need to be like, getting the jobs and making as much money as men and da 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 da. Like, I feel like that's just what has been instilled in today's society and this generation. And it's the reason why women feel that way. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you can have a career, you can make money, but I feel like when a man comes into the picture and he says, hey, I'm going to provide, I'm going to be the breadwinner, I want to make sure that you are taken care of, then like I would love to step down. And a lot of women in today's society refuse to do that because like they're like, oh well, I'm trying to be independent and like don't want to get taken advantage by no man. You have to know like who you're dealing with.
But as a
we didn't get a chance to let her respond
Go
to her
ahead.
original
Yes.
statement about that. Go ahead. About
No, I agree. If like that's the dynamic that works for a lot of people, then that's the dynamic that works for you. I have nothing against that. I am not saying that a woman should be ambitious, that they should have a high level job, that they should be leveraging on career ladder and
But you
Do-
don't.
But it kind of
if
goes
a
against what
man-
you said earlier.
No,
like it
but
should be 50-50.
I myself, for myself,
Mhm.
I feel like maybe it is trust issues, maybe it's my personal issues, but I would never be able to. I would never be able to trust a person as
Mhm.
such that they would take care of me always.
Right,
and in
because
every
you are putting a
situation.
lot of trust in a man if he's gonna like if he's promising you
And
like,
I feel
hey,
like that's dangerous.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and you have to know who you're dealing with. And even if things do go to shit, do you love him enough to help him build that up together? As a woman, you have to be encouraging, you have to be supportive, you have to be loving, you have to be nurturing, you have to make sure that, you are being good to him, in order for him to be able to do better. Don't you think?
Yeah, sure, but I also would never want to be stuck in a situation where I'm too dependent on a person. Like I feel like codependency really isn't how relationships.
I feel
should
like
be.
codependency is different from this
Healthy
situation.
relationship,
Yeah.
yes.
From a healthy relationship. Like I'm speaking in a healthy relationship aspect. Like, okay, like this is a man who is a healed masculine man and he wants to be able to provide for his woman without the controlling aspect of it. Like he respects you. You guys share the same mutual respect, love, and honesty with each other and loyalty. If you have all of those, then I don't see why I should have a problem with him, allowing to provide for me.
And can I ask you something? How can you say that you 100% love this person if you're not willing to put your life in their hands? Like, and you don't trust them.
Ooh. That's true.
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe I'm not able to love a person like that. But I feel like even financial dependency would be too much for me.
I mean, nobody's gonna be stupid. Like, they say like women, even housewives, have your little side account, you and your kids. But to say that you are in love, I think that you're supposed to literally fall in love.
And
Don't be stupid, but fall. Make it real. Like, what's the point of getting married if you don't trust?
I feel like I
Okay.
want to, I don't know, not fall in love, but I don't know.
She's a
give my love.
float. She's a float.
Give my love to people. No, it's something that
I feel like that comes with experience. Like you'll
Yeah,
understand more
definitely.
down the line, like how the dynamic works. I think, like I feel like you just need to learn a little more from like being in more relationships and living with the person and like understanding like what it's like to be in those dynamics. I have been in 50-50 and in like men leads but is toxic. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like.
No,
You have to understand from experience and also like the generalization. You have to look at how, people are in this world for you to understand, okay, this is a toxic relationship because she is the breadwinner and she doesn't want to be the breadwinner no more. So it's like, I don't know if you're on Reddit, but like Reddit has a lot of like columns like that where like women complain so much about like being the breadwinner and the guy sitting on their ass most of the time. And it's like,
what?
Not none.
so I just believe that like women get tired of it. They get tired of it, and I feel like you have not come to that point. You know what I mean? You have not come to a point in your life where
we're
you're like
young.
tired of like being a breadwinner.
that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, you're very ambitious, right?
Mhm.
And you don't mind if a man's not ambitious.
I don't.
Okay, and you haven't seen your boyfriend yet in person.
No, but we talk like on video calls.
Yeah, but
10
you
hours,
haven't had
10
that
plus
like
hours.
one-on-one experience like in person and life, like where you guys like just around each other.
How is that different though?
I'm getting somewhere. Just yes or no.
No.
Okay, so imagine this, right? You're very ambitious. He has no ambition. He's just at home, sitting on a couch all day, watching a movie, playing games,
big
whatever,
no.
doing nothing.
No
And you're
clue.
going out, being super ambitious every second of the day. You're gonna be there like,
Bombocat!
Get up, do something. Why am I out doing something and you're just lazy, not doing anything? It's just not gonna work for you. Like, you're gonna look at it like, oh, we're not compatible because you're lazy and I'm ambitious. So I just wanted you to think about that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean, but maybe for me, he would then play the feminine role. Therefore, like a lot of.
But is that attractive to you? Like, is it attractive to you for a man to play a feminine role? Like, I'd be like, bro, are you serious?
Yeah, like if he was lazy like that, you'd be like, okay, you be lazy. I go work. I'm out. I'm ambitious.
Would you call a woman lazy?
He's gonna what? Just
no, but women
chill at
usually
home?
take that role when we come into play when there's kids, or we're gonna start planning the family. We're gonna cook. We're gonna clean. We're gonna pick up groceries. What is he gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
He can do all of that.
He can't carry the baby.
I'm sorry.
All right, so it seems like you guys don't agree. I will say this because you said gender roles are a social construct, and I disagree with that because I mean we're on Rumble, so I'll just say it. Women are inferior to men in almost every human endeavor. If we're going to be all the way honest, women suck at most things, and men excel and beat them at almost everything. That's the truth.
Thank God we're on Rumble.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank the Lord we're on Rumble.
it's literally the truth.
This is why I wanted to change over Rumble.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have said that on YouTube. But the reality is that yes, like let's keep it 1,000. Men are better than women in almost every single human endeavor besides being able to deliver children and being able to raise children from infant age.
What about emotional intelligence?
The fuck is that?
Define emotional intelligence
please
for us.
define that for
Okay,
us.
so emotional intelligence is being able to be in touch with your feelings. Yes.
That's important.
Yes, it's very important.
Well, no, notice how I said almost every human endeavor. Not every single human
Okay.
endeavor, but most of the things that matter for the creation of civilization, the preservation of civilization. You know, women obviously are important for the furtherance of civilization, right? Because you guys carry the next generation of children. But the reality is that men are better than most things at women. So the reason why I say all that is to set up the stage, because you're saying gender roles are a social construct. I would argue gender roles are more of a biological construct of who is actually in a better position to lead society, protect society, and be able to provide for society. And 9 out of 10 times, it's the man. You look at all the modern conveniences that we have, all the first world things that you enjoy, such as water, a police force, electricity, etc. It was all created by men. Women don't invent anything.
Y'all may be the lock, but we are the key.
Huh?
Stupid. It's actually the other way around. Men are the key and women are the lock.
Yeah.
But y'all can't do it without us. Y'all can't
we
do it without
insert.
us.
You guys just take, so you can't be.
Yeah, there's no man without a woman, no woman without a man.
That's just the reality.
It's a balance.
So men are better than women at almost everything, which is why men a lot of the times end up in infrastructure jobs, leadership jobs, jobs that are dangerous, jobs that people don't want to do. It is what it is. I'm not saying that like men are better than women from a human standpoint, like I have more value than you because I'm a man. No, I would argue it's the other way around. If the ship is going down, women and children first, right? I think a man should provide for a woman. I do think that women are precious and they need to be protected, but at the same time, they don't provide as much value as men to society in general. That's just a biological fact. That's not even like, yes, you guys provide children. Absolutely, that's important. But men create society for those children to thrive. We work better together than apart. But women try to sit here and say, oh, no, we can do everything a man can do. No, you can't. Because if you did, you would be. I mean, nowadays, women are more educated than ever before. Why are women still not entering certain job markets?
Because of people like you, because of the society. Expected to raise children at home, or they will be judged by people like you.
Damn, she going on you, Myron.
I told you.
The thing is this. Please explain this to me. Why is it that, and let's go ahead and take maybe Holland or one of these Scandinavian countries where it's the most equal, right? Because you guys are ahead of us when it comes to egalitarianism. Women are more educated in these places. They go to school. They dominate college attendance, etc. Please explain to me why women still, despite the fact that they have more education and everything else, they still go into job fields that are more socially based. Nurses, social workers, but that's what I'm trying to say. They still go, despite the fact that things are as equal as ever, they still choose to go into certain job fields over others. What I'm trying to say is this. It's not that women are held back from certain job titles. It's that women don't want to do and have those job titles. Women don't want to do hard, laborious work. That's just how it goes. Women typically don't want to do work that involves science, technology, engineering, and math. Women are more interested in people. Men are more interested in things. That's just how it is. So even in your part of the world where things are super equal and liberal and progressive, women still choose to go into those jobs that are more feminine in nature. Teachers, social workers, nurses, all these jobs that deal with people, social, like anything that has to do with social welfare. Women typically go into these jobs versus men will go into jobs that are more dangerous, that are more taxing, more physically laborious, right? They go into the trades more. So I don't think that women are being held back. If you applied for a construction job, they would probably hire you over a man who's better than you because they want to go ahead and get females into that workforce. I would argue the other way. If a woman goes into a job field that's dominated by men, she has a way higher likelihood of being hired.
Maybe, but that.
So who's holding you back then?
Yo.
No one is holding me back, and I am a social democrat. There are a lot of women in politics. There are a lot of women in leading positions. So I don't really know what you're getting at.
That wasn't my point. My point was that
there are a lot of male teachers. There is a lot of different genders in every.
Yes, but women absolutely dominate certain job fields, and men absolutely dominate other job fields, and there's a biological reason for that. That's what I'm saying.
The biological part is questionable.
I know you up and one mind.
I've made the point before. You know what I think.
What do you mean the biological part is questionable? Men are physically superior to women. That's a fact. In every single regard.
But when men go into war, for example, it's the women that take up all the positions, and the society still survives.
What positions? Ukraine could use some soldiers right now.
Yeah.
Don't.
But the women are at the fucking club dancing while the men are dying.
That's true.
If we're going to be honest.
Day clubs, nightclubs.
Yep.
The men are the ones fighting while the women are getting fucked in Poland. If we're going to be all the way a million.
The gates are
Or
fiery.
the men are absolutely dying. Where are those women in war right now?
If you're so adamant, why do you go fight them?
Well, she's not Ukrainian.
Yeah, she's not.
But no, but if you want to support the cause, you believe in that so much, go fight them.
I donate to Ukraine.
No, not donate. I mean fight.
Why would I fight?
Yeah, why?
It's not in. Yeah, as it's not my physical.
No, prove them wrong. You said you're just as capable as men. Go fight them.
Mentally to perhaps be in a
Yeah,
leading
mentally, be
position,
like, "Hey,
but
stop.
not physically. So
Hey,
I
stop."
cannot fight.
So if a guy's in front of you and he just
Hey,
squares up
stop.
like this, you're going to beat him mentally? You're going to think
Hey,
more?
stop.
I'm going to think
I'm gonna think.
and
We
beat
don't
him in
live
the
in a
fight.
Strategy.
Professor X.
We don't live in wildlife anymore. You know, we're not monkeys.
What was that?
We're not monkeys. So I think
Are you calling me
intellectual.
monkey?
Monkeys?
How dare you?
Oh, she called you a monkey,
Call
Fresh.
me a monkey?
She called you monkey, man.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, just so you know, actually, no.
That shit call you monkey, nigga.
I'm just kidding.
All right, what, so wait, what are you saying? So you're saying that
Humans are superior to animal kingdom. That's what
course.
makes us human. That
Of
we
course.
have our own thoughts.
we're still
and
animals, though?
intellect and nature, but we're past that. So I feel like
We're aliens.
That's
He's a
just the
lawnmower.
reality.
Fresh, are you a lawnmower?
I mean, I would argue that's here's the thing. We're still subject to natural human tendencies. For example, let's go ahead and use the Ukraine war as an example, right? Obviously, there's some political tensions, etc., and they can't talk anymore. So what do human beings regress to when there's no more talking? Physicality, right? That's a very natural and primitive thing because human beings want to conquer and control and leadership and dominance, etc. So even though we're civilized, we still typically regress to primitive states in times of economic turmoil or war or whatever. So right now, it's a very primal thing going on between two different countries fighting each other, and in that fight, the women are nowhere to be found.
it's not a physical fight. There are drones that are led by women that are.
Yeah, but the majority of casualties are who?
It's not about the casualties. You are
Wow.
talking about
Human
who
life
leads the war.
is so important to you, huh? Human life?
He's devil's advocate.
Yo, whose man's is this? What's going on right now?
The casualties matter because whoever has the most casualties is losing the war. They absolutely matter.
No, I was talking about who are women and men. You know,
Yeah, but the majority of soldiers fighting and dying are all men. There's a reason why Ukraine will not let men leave Ukraine, but they let the women leave. The women all went to Poland or they went to Western Europe and they're, hanging out, partying. There's literally women partying in Kiev right now as we speak. And the clubs, the dudes are nowhere to be found. They're dying.
And Miami.
There are also women dying and being molested in these camps. They're forced to because they don't have a home.
Who are the majority
To
of
go
victims?
to.
Who are the majority of victims in this war?
in the scene of war, men maybe, but for example,
Absolutely,
a lot
it's
of
not.
course,
Maybe. That's not even a question.
Oh, wow.
They evacuated the women within the first week of the invasion. The women left. They're gone.
They're gone.
Most of the women left in the first week,
So
but
fuck
the
that
men
shit.
had to stay.
Yeah.
Do you think they're having a great time being gone, being in a strange environment within an
I'd rather be at a club kind of clown with some pina coladas
I know, right?
than being now get shot by a fucking Sergey and some pina colada. Yeah. You know what I mean? Chilling in the rain. Chilling in Warsaw. You know what I mean? Hanging out, because that's where a lot of these Ukrainian women went. Right?
Oh,
or in
yeah.
Miami and stuff. They went over there to Western Europe and they're chilling. Meanwhile,
Listen,
the
we got
Ukrainian
two
men
on the
are
show.
dying.
Working at Club 11, chilling.
But and fresh mind.
You know how many Ukrainian women I've met in Miami? Yet I haven't
Recently?
ran into one Ukrainian nigga, man.
Yeah, recently, yeah.
It's true. I haven't run into one Ukrainian dude, but I've met a bunch of Ukrainian chicks.
Bro, like the past month, we had about at least 4 or 5 of them on a panel.
Yeah.
The past month, yeah.
Like, that's not even a question. And that's a conflict right now. That's a war. And we have all this technology, but still, who's fighting in the war? It's the men. Even with all this stuff. Yeah, there might be a few women flying drones and stuff like that, but the reality is, who's flying most of the drones? Who's dying from most of the drones? Who's doing most of the on-the-ground combat?
And I
the
guarantee you
men.
they're far away, not in the battlefield.
Who are the pilots? The men, not women. Like, come on, man. We just got to be honest here that, like, the reason, and this all goes back to this. Gender role is absolutely not a social construct. It's a biological reality. Women are attracted to certain things in men from a survival standpoint. And these things that women are attracted to in men, a lot of the times, are traits that make that man superior to that woman. Height, taller, more money, more competence, more strength, more everything. Women don't look for a guy that's like on their level. You guys want it better. You might say, okay, I'm okay with being equal with a guy, but I doubt as you get older, you'll still have that belief system. You know, you're 20 years old, right? You going to college. Ooh, liberal, yeah, feminism. I promise you, as you get older, you're going to realize how the world really works. And once you understand how the world really works, you're going to see, okay, it's probably better for me to adhere to my gender role. And anytime you're in a poorer country or you're in a country where things aren't as stable, the men are more men, the women are more women. The men are more masculine, the women are more feminine, because they understand that's the best way to survive. The man goes hunts, woman stays back, because women are going to, a lot of times, can't hunt to the same capacity as a man. They don't have the strength, the endurance, etc.
And it's okay.
And that's fine. I'm not shading on it. I'm just saying I think that's the most optimal way for us to thrive and survive. And that's how we've done it for literally centuries.
And is it working for you? You are so disappointed in the modern women. So obviously it hurts you that dynamic of it.
No, I'm just acknowledging that we got to where we are now with first world countries and electricity and all the power and all these modern conveniences through the leadership of men, not through women.
He said we ain't do shit.
I mean, when it comes to social, when it comes to, like, you know, social creation and make inventions and progression and everything else like that, it was all by men.
You guys birthed the kids.
Yeah.
You nurtured them.
Therefore, we did
you held
everything.
the family down.
Yeah.
So you did contribute.
Exactly. So we did everything because we didn't fuck up those kids that made everything.
Not
that y'all
everything.
love.
You helped the situation. Everything.